Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with a Volvo V90 Cross Country. So there is no standard V90 anymore. The Cross Country is the only option, and there are two trim levels for it. It is a beautiful station wagon, one of the last of the station wagons on the market, and I love the wagons. So, anyway, the Cross Country has all-wheel drive as standard. It has a little, more robustness to it. It's kind of the difference between what it used to be and what it is now. This hasn't really changed since 2017, other than some minor improvements throughout, including infotainment and a couple other things. But for this year, it's pretty much the same. I really like it though. Drives really, really well. Feels really good. Again, I love wagons. If you're not a fan of station wagons, just skip the video because, you're not going to like this no matter what. But what we got going on under the hood is a turbocharged 4-cylinder with a mild hybrid system on it. That mild hybrid system boosts everything together creates about 295 horsepower, which is more than enough for this. It has all-wheel drive by default. I think I said that already. Beautiful, beautiful transmission. I really like the shift on this. It's very intuitive. It seems to know when it needs to shift, and it just does it. It's a really good feel to it. Volvo has always been good at that. In the ice and snow, you can see, if you look in the background, there's a bunch of snow in this parking lot. It's been kind of shoveled away, but it's all over the place. So even though it is a bright, sunny day, it is winter in Wyoming. But that doesn't seem to stop the really loud helicopters. In the ice and snow, we've had a lot of weather this week. This car has done just fine. It's slippery when the roads are slippery. Every other vehicle is like that as well. The all-wheel drive system is good. What I would recommend is better tires. These are okay tires, but they're not really all-season tires, not like I would buy if I owned this vehicle and lived here. Here in Wyoming, those are tires. Those are more for rain than for snow, so I would get a different version of the tire. That would improve things greatly. But still, given that, I still say this is pretty good in the bad weather. I wouldn't worry about it at all. As long as the roads are at least semi-plowed and you're not trying to plow them yourself, this will do fine. It'll also do light off-road. I didn't do that this year, but I have done it in the past, and it's pretty okay. As long as it's dirt road off-road, like most SUVs, it will do just fine in this wagon format. So let's talk about style a little bit, and then I'll get into the interior, the working end, and we'll wrap all this up. I really like the style of this Volvo. Volvo knows how to make a decent style. The Swedes are really good at coming up with a good look for a vehicle that doesn't look too contemporary, but isn't really out of the ordinary either, and always looks luxurious. This has pretty simple lines on the sides. There's a lot going on the hood here, and and then these big fenders, they really bulge out, especially in the front, but both of them do. They really bulge out to give it more muscle. And then you see this line that starts right about here. It's a boat prow, comes from the front of the car here and runs around like this and keeps going. And that creates your belt line across the back of the car, goes into that taillight and continues the prow all the way around. It runs the whole circuit of the vehicle. And then you see just simple rounded and then a little bit of a stick out, and then I guess they're rocker panels is what they're supposed to look like down there. The car is very dirty. Nothing I can do about it. Everywhere around here is dirty. This is the driest pavement I've been on all week. Anyway, there's a little line that mirrors this line around the car right here on the mirrors, which is pretty cool. And then they have an indent up here, which actually is the vortex creator. Then you have this, you can see the roof line, fairly flat, but they make it look curved by slightly enlarging it to shrink this window to give it a curved look to make that forward movement. Really nice touch and very, very subtle. So you see a lot of beautiful design here. I like the wheels. I like the look of it. Altogether, this is a very nice looking car. Let's check out the working end and the inside. So back here in the back, you can see I've got some stuff in here. These are 40-pound bags of wood pellets. Give you an idea of what kind of space there is in here. There's plenty of room behind these bags. I could get another bag going that way with a lot of space on the sides. There's a lot of space back here. This car has a spare tire, and it has grocery hooks along the edges here. There's a 12-volt outlet and just a lot of cargo. Despite that sloped going on right here, it is a very, very usable cargo space. Had no problems getting these in here, had no problems getting a week's worth of stuff from the box store in this for a family of 5. So nice cargo. For the back seats here, you can see it is leather interior. It's part of the B6 package. For the back seats, you can see with me in it, I have a lot of room. I got tons of headroom left. I've got more than an inch of headroom left, and that's with this panoramic sunroof, so that which is impeding downwards. So that's a lot of headroom. There's integrated shades for the windows. There's these seats you can see with this set for me at 6'3". I have a lot of leg room, knee room, and my feet can go underneath it to make it more comfortable back here. There's a vent here, vents there, a vent on that side for them. This has a beautiful Bowers & Wilkins stereo system in it that's really nice. Heated and cooled seats in the back, outboards back here. Climate controls are right there. Lots of nice stuff. There's USB plugs. There's these to put stuff in. There's a fold down with the drink holders and whatnot that pop out. There's just a lot of great stuff in here. It's really comfortably designed. I like this interior a lot. One of the cool things you can get are Volvo accessories like a bar that goes across here if you need to hang clothes. You're a traveling person and you need your clothing to be hanging. You can hang it in here instead of hoping your bag doesn't wrinkle them up. There's just little things like that throughout, little thoughtful things that you would think of if you were in the market for a car like this. Let's go look at the front for a minute and then I'll wrap all this up. Up front, same story. Very comfortable ride. I love the steering wheel. The buttons on the steering wheel make sense. It's easy to understand what they're for. For the most part, basically you have cruise control on this side and you have entertainment stuff on this side to go with that, or the driver information screen. Has, of course, the crystal shifter and drink holders and so on up here. Climate controls are pretty simple to understand. And the new infotainment, which I think debuted last year or the year before, and it's throughout the Volvo ecosystem now. It is a Google-based, so if you have a Google-based phone, you will fully understand how this works almost right off the bat. It's a very, very nice system, easy to understand and very easy to integrate with your smartphone. So nicely done on that. Again, Bowers & Wilkins, beautiful stereo in this. Wonderful. There's little storage things that I don't know what they're for. It's a European thing to have these. I don't know. But wood inlay, leather, just a nice interior, beautiful feel. Comfortable drive, feels really good on the road. You have a lot of visibility in this car. You don't have a lot over your shoulder because of these big headrests and this big pillar, but you have large side mirrors and a good rear view, and then you have good radar happening. So, all of that works together, makes a very nice ride. Instrument clusters, very easy to see. Head-up display, not so much, but still useful. It's right there at the bottom of your windscreen. When you're getting as tall as I am, that starts to become a little bit of an issue because you have to dip it down into the hood to be able to see it, and then it gets a little harder to see in some lighting conditions. But most of the time it's great. And yeah, just a nice interior. I really like this car. So there you go, Volvo V90 Cross Country. I really do like this car. I've said that a lot, but I do. and I love station wagons, so that's just like the cherry on top of an already well done vehicle. There are some downsides. It is pretty pricey. It's not an SUV, so you don't get the same amount of cargo space. You do get very similar interior room, but you're riding pretty low. My wife does not like that. Even our minivan even rides a little higher than this does. So she does not like that aspect, especially living here where every third car is a giant truck. But I personally don't care. I think that's fine. I have good visibility everywhere, and this has a lot of pep. So yeah, it feels really good to drive it. So that's it. That's what I got. This has been Aaron talking about the Volvo V90 Cross Country. Talk to you again soon.